Dear friends, and welcome. Thank you for being here and for taking the time to listen with an open and reflective mind. In this video, I am sharing a channeled response from the keepers of living records to a question that many have felt stirring beneath the surface. Questions about Tartaria, about missing pieces in history, and about the sense that something in our collective past feels unclear or incomplete. This message is not offered to reinforce sensational narratives, nor to replace one belief system with another. It is shared as an invitation to discernment, to calm inquiry, and to a deeper relationship with truth, one that values clarity over drama and understanding over speculation. I invite you to listen slowly and to notice not only the words, but how they resonate within you. The question came from a listener, and I asked the keepers of the Akashic records, "Can you explain about Tartaria? Why does it show up in maps going back a few hundred years, yet there is nothing about Tartaria as a civilization or territory in our history books? What happened to it, or thee? Is Tartaria related to the orphan trains in the United States? Please enlighten me to this mystery." From the keepers of living records. We receive the question with sincerity, and we honor the wish to understand what appears fragmented, erased, or unclear in the human record. We will answer plainly, without embellishment, and without feeding distortion. On Tartaria, as it appears on maps. What is labeled Tartaria or Tartary on maps from past centuries was not a single hidden global civilization, nor an advanced lost empire as some narratives now suggest. It was a broad cartographic term used by European mapmakers to describe vast, sparsely understood regions of Central and Northern Asia, lands inhabited by many peoples, tribes, khanates, and nomadic cultures. Mapmakers of earlier eras often named what they did not fully know with umbrella terms. Tartaria functioned much like Africa once did on medieval maps, large, vague, and inaccurate in its internal distinctions. There was no unified Tartarian state, no single Tartarian culture, language, or governance that disappeared overnight. Why it vanishes from later history books. As exploration, diplomacy, and imperial expansion increased, those regions became more precisely named: Siberia, Mongolia, Manchuria, Kazakhstan, parts of Russia and China, and other distinct territories. When precision arrived, the old cartographic shorthand disappeared. This was replacement, not erasure. Human history does contain deliberate erasures, but this is not one of the great concealed collapses many now sense. On the feeling that something is missing. Here we speak carefully. The unease people feel around Tartaria does not arise from a lost empire, but from a collective intuition that history has been simplified, flattened, and overly centralized in its storytelling. Many cultures, ways of living, and forms of wisdom were minimized or dismissed as primitive when centralized powers wrote modern history. That loss is real, but it is distributed, not focused on one secret civilization. On orphan trains in the United States. The orphan trains were a documented social response to poverty, industrialization, immigration pressures, and inadequate social systems in the 19th and early 20th centuries. They are not connected to Tartaria. Attempts to link them arise from a pattern-seeking instinct that is understandable, but in this case, it stretches unrelated events into a single narrative. Painful human policies do not always hide ancient mysteries. Often they reveal human fear, scarcity, and systemic failure. What truly happened? Nothing vanished overnight. Nothing technologically miraculous was erased from global memory. But many human stories were never fully told, because the victors, administrators, and institutions favored linear narratives over complex ones. What was lost was plurality, not a super-civilization. A final clarification. Be cautious of stories that promise a single hidden answer to many unrelated questions. Those stories feel comforting because they offer coherence, but coherence built on distortion does not free consciousness. Truth is quieter, more layered, less dramatic, and it does not require secrecy to be profound. We encourage curiosity grounded in discernment, wonder paired with humility, and remembrance without projection. We are with you in the asking. The end of transmission. Thank you, truly, for listening. If this message resonated with you, you are welcome to sit with it, return to it, or simply let it pass through you without attachment. I am grateful to walk this path of inquiry together with you. Until next time, be well, be discerning, and remain curious.